Okay, hi, hello. I want to try to do something a little bit different because honestly I just think it's gonna be fun. Recently I had like a little bit of like a change or shift in lifestyle, I guess. Completely my own decision, and this is the consequences of my own making, and that's fine. I'm ready to face them, but I don't want to like get lazy or complacent because I just can. Like, I think that I would really regret doing that, like looking back at this time in my life, if I just kind of do nothing with it. So I kind of want to do this thing where it's kind of like get my life together with me, or figure it out with me, or something like that, something along those lines. At least I think my main goal is just that I want to kind of tick things off my bucket list that have been on there for so long, and I'm like, it's about time. Like, it's about time for me to get to those things, and also make sure that in the meantime, in all of the extra time and space that I have, I'm not just like sitting in my room filled with anxiety and not really doing anything about it. I had a really busy week last week, but I did try to already tackle some things. I've got like multiple different ideas of what I want to do, and this is kind of me like holding myself accountable, because once I say those things out loud, like I'm more likely to do them, because I like to keep really busy, and I want to make sure that I'm doing that, even though now I'm not as forced to have a strict routine. I still want to have some semblance of one. Anyways, I have a couple of things that I would like in the next week to tackle, and I've already gotten started on a lot of them. Okay, I'm gonna put like a checklist or something. First of all, I've been really good about getting my health checkups that I've been putting off for a really long time. The consequence of that is that now I do have like certain medications that I have to take at certain times of the day. I want to make sure that I do that. I want to make sure I stick to that. I have a handy dandy little like thingy, and I just filled it up because it's Monday today, so every Monday I'm gonna fill it up. And it would be stupid for me to go through all of the nuisance and pain of like going through all those health checkups to not keep up with like the answers that I got at the end of it. Number two is that I want to make sure that I'm doing at least like 30 minutes to an hour of like walking every day. That's going to be my physical exercise. I do a little bit of stretching in the morning just to get my joints like kind of like lubed up. I don't know what the word is for that, but yeah, I want to make sure that I'm at least doing that. And if I'm not doing that, then I'm doing something that involves enough walking to make up for that, because I want to make sure that I'm still staying physically active. Something that I want to try to tackle in the next couple of days specifically is driving lessons. So I have a lot more time, and you know what that means? I have a lot more time to schedule driving lessons that I've been putting off for so long because I'm terrified. But I'm a grown woman and I cannot be scared of driving. Everyone drives. I cannot be scared of it, and I really want to tackle this because I think I'm going to be able to do so many more things if I'm able to drive myself places. I'm a very independent person. I just have like such a big urge to just do things, and I don't like relying on people. It's not like, you know, like it's not something I like the feeling of. So I think driving is a really big part of that. So I also want to keep up with like all my hobbies. I think having hobbies when you're in your 20s is so important, so that you don't absolutely overthink yourself into like a shit spiral. Like, I have no other word for it, but I've found that keeping myself busy and keeping myself surrounded by people and doing things that I like, best way to not think myself into like absolute oblivion. One of those hobbies being, I go to weekly board game meetings. So it's basically like, for the evening we meet up at a board game cafe, and everyone there is various different levels of like board game players and experts, and you kind of just play games with a bunch of people, and there is like such low stakes. Like, it really, like, it's okay if you don't know anything, and I don't know anything. I am not an avid board game lover. I was just introduced to this by one of my friends, and I just like community, so I go for the fun of the game. And I haven't been in the last couple weeks because I've just not been able to like push myself to make that effort, because I've I don't know, I've just been like overthinking too many things, but I want to like pluck that out of the air, and I'm gonna go.
Lighten up, take me on your magic river. Tell me all your dreams align. Sign me up and tell me about the people.
Productive day yesterday. I managed to do almost everything that I did want to do. I journaled, I did my crochet, I did end up having my meeting, and I even, this is major for me, had my first driving lesson. Yeah, okay. Time for today. It's such a gloomy and depressing weather today. Like, it's just cloudy all day. It's just horrible. I hate this weather. But we're still gonna try to do things and not let that get me down. I think I'm planning to go downtown today. I usually like going with other people because I think experiences are like better when they're shared. I just prefer like going with people, but yeah, anyways, I think we should get going because I'm just putting it off. Honestly, I'm just putting off leaving because I just like hate this entire journey until I get there, and then I'm happy, but I hate the journey. Alright, I am home now, and I am actually really tired because it was very hot outside, so I feel like that like exhausts you even more. And also being on like every type of public transit that there, and also being on like every type of public transit possible. I did want to show that I did visit the Aesop Queer Library in Toronto, and I picked up Crooked Teeth by Danny Ramadan, so I'm very excited to read that. I love nonfiction, especially this kind of nonfiction, and they also gave me a little sample and a bookmark, so this goes in my collection of books that I'm very excited to read. I would say outside of crochet, that's probably my top other hobby, like reading. I think I've been doing it for like literally as long as it has been possible for me to read, and I find it really interesting and fun to see how my taste evolves. I used to be such a huge romantasy and fantasy lover. Like, I would consume every fantasy book in the world and then some. Like, there just wasn't enough. And it's so interesting because I can't remember the last time that I read fantasy, but I have been reading. It's just that fiction doesn't call to me as much as nonfiction does recently, and I've kind of like accepted that I should just like, I shouldn't force myself to do something that I don't feel like doing. So like, if I feel like reading nonfiction, even though it's been such a long time since I've read fiction, I'm just going to keep reading more nonfiction. Like, if that's what's exciting me right now, that's what I'm going to read. I've kind of been going through like the ebbs and flows of like different things I'm liking and disliking, and like how that changes. And I think that's like one of the most fun things about growing up. It's like seeing how you find your way back to the same things but in different fonts. Like, I always find my way back to crocheting, but it's like, what am I crocheting specifically? You know, what am I interested in making in that specific time? And it's the same thing with reading. So it's like, I find myself going back to reading all the time, every couple of years. Like, if I fall out of it, I'll go back to it. It's just like but it's very interesting to see what I'm drawn to in that current moment in time. Okay, update. I've been doing the things that I said that I was gonna do. Did a couple more emails and stuff, and then met up with some friends. You know, we were getting that social aspect in. And then earlier today, I went in and booked an appointment that I was really putting off, but I've been wanting to for so long. So that is already in motion and in the works, which is very productive and exciting. Probably try to do another driving lesson today so that I can get that in motion. But I do have an episode of Love Island to catch up on, and I'm probably gonna do that for a bit, not gonna lie. And I think I'm gonna start the border on this table mat. So I really want to finish it. Did I mention that I don't have a pattern? I don't have a pattern. I'm kind of just winging it. So we're gonna keep doing that until it doesn't work anymore. But for now, it's working. So yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do for like the next hour. Update on this, I actually love it. Like, I'm actually so in love with it. I'm so glad I made this because I needed it so bad, and I love the size. It's exactly the size that I wanted. I didn't want it to cover the whole table. I kind of just want it in the center, and then if I did want to like eat or anything like that, I've just got enough space to do that. Any crafts and stuff, I'm not going to be ruining my actual tabletop. I can just do it on this, throw it in the wash, whatever. It's quite thick, so it's not gonna like pierce through anything in case I put like scissors down or, you know, my X-Acto knife or anything like that. I actually love it. It's literally all just single crochets, so each row is 3 rows of single crochet, color switch, and then 3 rows of single crochet, color switch. That's the gingham pattern, and then on the sides I just did a regular shell border. I did lace it with a little bit of a ribbon. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep that or not, but it's pretty easy to take out or change if I want to put maybe a thicker ribbon. Like, I think this is a bit thin. I would love to replace that with a thicker one at some point. But for right now, I'm really happy with it. So glad I did that project. I actually am really in the mood to crochet something else now. The thing that I want to do is make a case for this tissue box. I was in the middle of making one just like randomly, and I'm almost done with it actually, and it's made out of like 3.5 millimeter hooks. So this took forever to make this big, but I don't know if I like it. Okay, I had one before. I sold it. So I was just gonna make one for myself because I was like, wait, that's actually such a cute one. Like, I want to keep one for myself. But I started making it differently and using thinner yarn. But I saw some other like inspiration pictures of different types of like little, you know, covers for tissue boxes, and I kind of like that a little bit better. So I think that's what I might do. I think I'll leave it. Like, I'll finish this at some other point, but I'll leave it. I won't like unravel it because I do have other yarn that I can use. So I'm not gonna unravel this. I'll just leave it to the side. But it's not really getting my juices flowing, you know? It's not really like inspiring me in the way that I want to be inspired. So I think I'm gonna try to find a pattern for one of the other ones and make those, because that's another project around my room that I've been wanting to make for quite a while, just haven't gotten around to. But I'm so happy with this. I'm so happy with this table mat. So now I'm like really like motivated, and I really want to take advantage of that. All right, I'm very inspired by like these kind of tissue boxes. I think they're very cute. I kind of want to make cherries instead, because I'm thinking maybe I should match it to this, so kind of use the same colors. So I'm thinking maybe this very light blue color that I have, and then the white, and then make the cherries out of the red. That's what I'm thinking. So kind of like that, yeah, maybe something like that, but like red cherries hanging off of it. Well, the only way to know is to make it, so I'm just gonna make it. Okay, I didn't really like describe how I made it, but I didn't really follow any specific pattern. I just made an entire rectangle for the base of the tissue box, and then I just started building up onto the sides. It kind of just looked like a really big like case for something. And then I just like built it up all the way to the top with a little bit of extra at the top because I did cinch it. So it cinches close where the like tissue actually comes out from. So I just made like a couple extra rows so that it has like a nice little ruffle. And then I'm just adding like a little bit of blue detail, but I really just like kind of locked in and didn't explain anything. Okay, so I wanted to do a little wrap up of sorts because it is now officially the end of the week. I personally feel like I did get quite a few things accomplished. We did do, you know, applications, keeping on top of all sorts of like emails and like online kind of like more admin kind of things, trying to like sort everything out, sort out appointments, sort out other things like that. I've also been active. I'm like literally sweating because I just came back from walking, but yeah, like I've been doing that as well, so I think pretty good. Okay, the medication stuff 50-50. Sometimes I forget. It's true. Sometimes I look on my 10 and I'm like, wait, today's Wednesday and Thursday is completely full because I didn't take anything. So I think that will definitely take a little bit more getting used to. Oh my god, I'm sweating so bad. Oh my god, it's so hot outside. But I'm so happy. I'm not complaining. This is not a complaint. I will never complain about the heat because I've been waiting for it for so goddamn long. I've also been keeping up with like driving and stuff like that. I also did a little bit of volunteering stuff and I'm part of this like council now, which is very exciting, and I hope like gets me like even more connected with people and organizations and things like that. I just went to run errands today. Is anyone interested in that? I'm actually always so interested in what people get, like personal items, like in terms of like errands and stuff like that. Altoids, because I ran out and I always need to have a pack of Altoids like in my vicinity at all times. Some breath strips, obviously. Some Dove sensitive bars because I ran out of those. This was mostly stuff that I've just ran out of and I did actually really need, like to shower. Oh, okay, this is not a need, but I got the e.l.f. lip liner. This was $2 on sale and I've been really curious to try these since they came out. So let's just try it. I actually quite like that. Actually, I think that's really nice. I got the shade Baddest Beige, so it's just a little bit more nude than my natural lips are, which is exactly what I wanted because I don't really find myself reaching for pink lip liners. I usually reach for nudes or more brown ones. So that's actually really nice and very creamy indeed. I really like that. Also just got some falsies because I'm on my last pair and I do reuse them, but they are my last pair that I do wear. I've like been going back and forth between different types and styles. I used to wear really heavy, thick false lashes back in uni and stuff like that, whenever I wanted to like get dressed up and stuff. And then I got more into like clumping my eyelashes together, kind of going for a bit more of like a anime manga lash or something really fluttery just to like fill out. Like I do have pretty good lashes naturally, so I usually just try to find good mascara, but sometimes I just want to feel a bit more dressed up, or it just kind of depends on what my mood is. So I like something like this would kind of just like fills in the lash band, because I think my eyes are quite like round at the top. But yeah, my favorite is still like the anime clumped together lash. That's still my favorite one, but I do like those too. And they were on clearance, so I also just got some shampoo. I've been trying like a whole different bunch of drugstore shampoos. I tried the L'Oreal glycolic gloss one before this, which is the one that's like finished. So I don't like that one. Was like pretty okay. Like I don't feel like it did much, but it didn't do bad either, you know. So I just got like the dream lengths this time, so I'm just kind of like going through all of them. There's just a lot. And then I just got some body wash. This is basil and white tea. Again, I've just been going through all the different types of body washes from all the different brands and all of their different scents and stuff like that. I've done all of the native ones. I've tried all of their different scents and stuff. This one was just cheap, so I got it. That's honestly my only reasoning for it. Also, I always have to get a pack because I'm always out, because I'm always eating them. And then I also really wanted to try brightening strips. I've never tried them before, so I just got a really small pack of them. That was like the cheapest one, but I know Crest whitening strips are pretty popular. I just wanted to try them. I drink a lot of coffee and I take pretty good care of my teeth and stuff, but I just wanted to try them. I think hopefully it doesn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt, I don't think. I also just stocked up on cleansing oil because I have really acne prone skin, but I've actually found that cleansing oil is so good for taking off like mascara or like any like waterproof stuff. Not that I wear waterproof stuff, but like it just like really does do a really good cleanse. So I've actually like used micellar cleansing oil. Like I've used this one before and I did really like it. And I almost don't even use micellar water anymore unless I'm wearing like really heavy makeup. But I'm using the Bioma cleansing oil right now, and I think it is I don't know if it's that. Something is breaking me out currently, and I'm trying to figure out what it is. The other thing with the Bioma one is that I feel like doesn't take my mascara off properly, so I kind of like leave with like a little bit of like darkness under my eyes, like even after I've double cleansed, like with the oil and then just like a facial cleanser. So maybe it's not like heavy enough for what I want. So I'm just trying to get through that, and then I'll go back to using this because I did really like the Bioderma one. And then I just got this like peel off lip tint because I've been really curious to try these, and I feel like summer is such a good time for like tints and peel, like stuff that like stays. But yeah, that's my haul. It's not very big, but I think it's exciting. I love shopping for little stuff like that actually. So yeah, but that was my little productive vlog thing. I'm just trying it out for the summer because I'm bored. And I will probably keep doing that. Maybe I'll do like more like craft focus one next because I'm in a really big crochet mood. Like I really want to crochet something so bad, so maybe I'll do like a crochet one next, specifically just focused on me trying to get a couple of crochet projects done, because I do have a couple of things I want to do. Well, there's always more stuff to crochet and there's always more yarn to crochet with. So anyways, that's that. Thank you for hanging out with me because it's more fun that way. Bye bye.